DMX tried to warn us. DMX was speaking out against the industry a long time ago. Check this out.
You know, pop side of them. And it was a blessing and a curse because they were sure they were happy about getting signed first, and they were on the Benjamins and the shit was going. But then he made them jiggy and put them in suits and made them write lyrics for him and took all that publishing and raped them. Like, damn.
Now, you got issues with the industry. What's going down with the industry, dog?
The industry is full of a bunch of bending over the desk straight up like that. Whoever don't like it, bring it. Bring it. I don't give a bring it.
Okay, did you all catch that? The feds are dropping bombshells left and right, and it's got everyone shook. We're talking about hip-hop royalty here, Jay-Z and Diddy. But hold on to your hats because this isn't just about music. We're diving into some dark stuff, including whispers about DMX's tragic passing. Now let's rewind a bit. DMX wasn't just another rapper dropping fire beats. He was a truth teller, always ready to call out the shady side of the music biz. And when it came to big names like Diddy and Jay-Z, X wasn't afraid to put them on blast.
This the wrong one in the industry and you will get hurt. I'm not an industry artist. I'm an artist in the industry. So I do what the fuck I want because nobody can finish me.
Yup, you heard that right. DMX was not here to play nice with the industry bigwigs, but here's where things get wild. These new federal documents are hinting that X had some serious dirt on the industry's biggest players. We're talking secrets that could have blown the whole system wide open.
The industry wants it, dead or alive, new artists to sell their souls and where they survive. The industry don't give a f about you, but the industry could make a dime without you.
Can you believe it? Word on the street is that DMX had collected evidence that might have exposed illegal activities, exploitation, and even connections to law enforcement. This wasn't just about who wrote whose lyrics or who's dating who. We're talking life or death secrets, besties. Now let's talk about Diddy for a hot minute. According to DMX, Diddy wasn't just producing tracks, he was orchestrating entire careers, and not in a good way. X accused him of taking slices of his artists' checks, forcing them into those clean-cut suits, you know the ones, and pulling strings on ghost-written bars. It's like Diddy was playing chess, but with people's lives and careers.
But then he made them jiggy and put them in suits and made them write lyrics for him and took all that publishing and raped them. Like, damn. I'm glad I didn't, you know, like, you keep that. And we went to, like, as soon as they got signed, D was like, yo.
But wait, there's more. Diddy wasn't the only one on DMX's radar. Enter Jay-Z, aka Hova, aka the guy who was already a legend when X started making waves. Now you think these two would be bros, right? Wrong. The streets were whispering that DMX thought Jay was playing dirty, shutting down his chances in the rap game. Like, he was scared of the competition. Let's break it down. From 98 to 03, DMX was on fire. He dropped 5 albums with Def Jam that were absolute heat. But then, plot twist. Jay-Z steps in as the president of the label, and suddenly, the vibe changes faster than my mood during finals week. DMX started sounding the alarm, saying Jay was messing with the release of his 6th album, Year of the Dog, again. It's like when your bestie starts dating someone new, and suddenly they can't hang out anymore because their SO doesn't like it. Major red flag energy.
What happened was, you know, like I said, I had the crazy track record, Def Jam, everything was good. You know, I go to do the 6th album. And, you know,
Jay-Z became president.
Yeah. You know, when he first got the job, he hit me with the call like, yo, dog, MH is running the building like, yo, you good? Finish the album, shoot the video. What happened? He's going on vacation and, you know, we don't know. What you mean you don't know? How do you listen to a whole album, pick a single, shoot a video, then don't know?
Jay was supposed to be retiring, but then had a change of heart. Instead of letting X shine, it looked like Jay was making moves to clear the field for his own big comeback. It was a chess move, and DMX saw it coming from a mile away. Things only got messier from there. DMX bounced from Def Jam and signed with Columbia Records, refusing to play Jay's game. X wasn't about to be another industry puppet. He had already peeped how these labels squeezed their artists, both creatively and financially, and he wasn't having it. Now let's talk about Jay-Z's connections. We're not just talking about other rappers here, we're talking about power players like Lyra Cohen and L.A. Reid. These aren't just names in the music world, these are the puppet masters pulling the strings behind the scenes. But Jay's loyalty to the people who helped build his empire, that's where things get murky. Take his relationship with Dame Dash, who co-founded Rockefeller with him. When the corporate bigwigs came calling, it looked like Jay switched sides faster than I change outfits for Instagram. Instagram. In 2021, things got heated when Dame tried to sell his share of Rockefeller. He accused Jay of trying to lowball him, saying Jay was playing both sides, acting like a friend while moving in on his stake. It's like when your ex tries to be just friends, but then starts dating your bestie. Not cool, Jay. Not cool. Now here's where it all comes together, and it's wilder than my TikTok For You page. People are speculating that Jay, with help from his industry mentor Leor Cohen, might have had a hand in pushing DMX out of the game. And we're not just talking about business deals and label drama. We're talking about the possibility that X was taken out because he was a threat.
I was no longer focused on the money. I never felt like this. I later found out that he laced the blood with crack. Why would you do that to a child?
I know, right? It's like something out of a movie. But this is real life, besties, and it gets even crazier. When it came time to speak at DMX's funeral, the words Leor chose left a lot of people feeling uneasy.
Recognized. And so the race against time was that we all know X is a gremlin and reckless and looking for a wall to crash into. X, if you listen to X, if you see X, this is, his death is no surprise. If you listen to and you watched who and what X was.
Calling X a gremlin at his own memorial? That's not just a poor choice of words. That's straight up disrespect. It showed just how far industry politics can stretch, even in moments that are supposed to be about paying homage. Cohen has a reputation for playing both sides, profiting off the culture while erasing its history. It's like when that one friend always shows up for the party but never helps with the cleanup.
Former Def Jam executive Leor Cohen is under fire for some of the statements that he made in an audio message for DMX's memorial.
Dame Dash didn't mince words when he called Cohen a culture vulture. And honestly, I'm here for that honesty.
Definitely Leor Cohen. He's a culture vulture. I made the term up just for him. You know what I mean?
Did you hear what he said about you on Charlemagne?
Years ago? Yeah, I've been punishing him for that. You know, yeah. I benched him. He used to be in the music business, so now, you know, he has to sit.
You talking about this one here?
Dame accused Cohen of pulling divide and conquer tactics, pitting black artists against each other while making money off their struggles. It's like when the mean girls in high school start drama just to stay on top. When you peel back the layers, whispers about Jay-Z's ties to people like Cohen start to sound more like the real deal. DMX had long been sounding off about how shady the music industry was, especially calling out big-time execs and rappers bending over backwards to keep their labels happy. X wasn't afraid to expose the truth behind the glamour. He said it plain and simple. The game was dirty, and not everyone was playing fair.
And they sucking the record label executive dicks, and it's like there's too much of that going on. Right. You know what I'm saying? Let me be me. Let me be the artist that I am and just play my music, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Now they want you all up under this, you know, sitting at the going to dinner with them and like that, and you know.
But was it just business rivalry, or was there a bigger plot to keep DMX from speaking his truth? Now, Irv Gotti added even more fuel to the fire with his explosive allegations. He didn't just suggest that Jay-Z was envious of DMX. He claimed that both Jay and Diddy played a part in framing him to the feds. According to Gotti, they allegedly snitched on him to sabotage plans for an all-black owned music distribution network. This wasn't just some petty beef. This was about shutting down a major power move for black artists before it even got off the ground. And if these allegations are true, it wasn't just Jay and Diddy in the background. Their mentors, guys like Cohen and Reed, may have been pulling the strings like puppet masters in a seriously twisted play. As for DMX, he was always one to call out the industry's hypocrisy. When Jay-Z took over as president of Def Jam, DMX felt the shift immediately. He had dropped 5 chart-topping albums, but suddenly things got complicated. Jay-Z, who had once been a peer in the rap game, was now in a position of power, and X wasn't convinced he had the best intentions. The real question is, what did DMX know, and why would someone want to keep him quiet? Some say DMX had the kind of intel that could expose how the music industry really operated behind the scenes. We're talking exploitation, corruption, and shady deals that would make even the wildest reality TV drama look tame. There's even talk that he had proof of artists being manipulated and controlled, with some executives pulling strings like puppet masters. If X was about to spill the tea on the music industry's dirtiest secrets, who else might have been in danger? Jay-Z has been working hard to try and rewrite the narrative, painting his relationship with DMX as a brotherly bond that had its ups and downs.
So there was a competitive thing, but it was big love. He was so competitive with me. I never met a human being more competitive with me, like ever, not even my big brother.
But those who knew DMX knew better. X had always been skeptical of Jay's motives, and after feeling burned by the changes at Def Jam, he dipped out and signed with Columbia Records. He wasn't about to let industry politics silence him or force him to play nice.
Okay, I see what's really good. You're trying to eliminate the competition. You know, because at first you retire, you know, then get me off the label, now you're back rapping again. Okay. It's all good.
Meanwhile, Dame Dash wasn't backing down from his fight with Lyor Cohen either. He kept the pressure on, especially after Cohen's controversial interview on The Breakfast Club in 2018. When Lyor was asked whether he thought it was hypocritical to lament artists' struggles with substance abuse while still signing acts that glorified that lifestyle, Cohen brushed it off, chalking it up to business.
One of the biggest artists you ever had had a real bad drug problem, DMX.
I'm so sad. It's the most dangerous. It's the most dangerous thing that's facing our society.
So why sign an artist that would promote that?
Because I already answered that question. You weren't paying attention. She asked me talent or issues, and I said talent. But I have to. I can't give up on people.
Don't you think that's hypocritical though? You're saying
it's opportunistic.
Yeah.
I got people to feed. I got a business to run.
You're gonna make Dame Dash take this clip and call you a culture vulture.
That interview hit a nerve, especially because Dame had long accused Lyor of being all about exploiting black culture for profit while erasing the history that made it rich.
I don't even know him, so
y'all made a lot of money together.
Made a lot of
money.
Come
on, Lyor, don't do that to him.
I don't know him. I really don't. So, I don't know what to tell you.
Dash went in on Cohen again, taking to Instagram to call him out after the interview aired. He didn't hold back, calling Cohen out for not acknowledging the damage he was doing to the culture. And all of this circles back to DMX. Lyor Cohen's fingerprints are all over the rap scene, from his early days at Def Jam to working with Jay-Z and Kanye. So when Dame Dash suggested that Lyor was behind some of Jay's shadier moves against DMX, it wasn't a stretch. Rewind to 2002 when Suge Knight was calling out the industry's grip on artists at the West Coast Hip Hop Summit. Suge didn't bite his tongue. He blasted the powers that be, including Diddy, for not standing up for the culture. At the time, people didn't realize how deep Diddy's connections ran. But whispers about his family's history, his father's ties to Harlem's notorious Frank Lucas, and the tragic end that followed were already circulating. It was no secret that Diddy's path was lined with close calls and suspicious dodged bullets.
Where's Daru? Where's Redman? Where's Herb Gotti? Where's P. Diddy, Sean Coney, whatever you want to call him? Where's, I can go all along. Where's Pete? Where's Outkast? Where's Jermaine Dupri? Where's it?
This is a West Coast beat.
But at the same time, they want to come out here and West Coast love. At the same time, when it's an East Coast summit,
we out there.
These old Hollywood wannabe fake niggas is out there. So why they can't show the same report? Support, brother. Not an idiot. Don't get me wrong. You know, it's cool.
And that's just scratching the surface of Diddy's rumored connections to law enforcement. For years, there's been quiet chatter about how he manages to stay untouchable despite some questionable dealings. Then Kanye West came in, adding fuel to the fire and airing out Diddy's alleged ties to the feds. Kanye, never one to hold back, wasn't afraid to share the receipts. Late 2022 saw Ye calling out the music industry's puppet masters, and Diddy just happened to slide into Kanye's DMs. Ye even dragged Jay-Z and Beyonce into the conversation, hinting that they too were tangled up with powerful puppet masters who kept a tight leash on their careers. Jay-Z's decision to appoint Desiree Perez as CEO of Roc Nation only added more fuel to the fire. Desiree wasn't just any executive, she was allegedly a former federal informant who played both sides during her time with the feds. Now let's talk about Jay Prince. He's been spilling tea about the feds for a minute now. He's been saying that law enforcement had it out for him and his crew, even accusing one federal agent of being a straight-up killer. Jay Prince didn't just sit back and take it either. He hired an investigator to dig up dirt on these so-called lawmen. What he found was wild. This agent, Jack Schumacher, allegedly had 8 bodies to his name. It was like Jay Prince was flipping the script, putting the investigators under investigation, and the truth he uncovered was just as grimy as the streets they claim to be cleaning up. And then you've got the real conspiracy talk about DMX's death. X passed away on April 9th, 2021 at 50 after a massive heart attack from a cocaine overdose a week earlier. He spent his final days in a coma, and after a week in a vegetative state, his family had to make the call to pull him off life support. Could it be that DMX wasn't just a casualty of addiction, but a victim of a plot to silence him? Behind all the fame and 74 million albums sold, his money problems were real. Despite the success, he died with no will and left behind an estate that was deep in debt. Now the chaos is real, with 15 kids from 9 different women fighting for control of what's left. This isn't just about clearing debts. The real money lies in DMX's music catalog and royalties, which could be worth around $17.7 million. Whoever ends up running things could cash in big time. But his fiance, Desiree Lindstrom, is out of luck. They got engaged in 2019 and have a son together, but because they never tied the knot, Desiree is getting nada. The money struggles aren't a new story. DMX filed for bankruptcy in 2013, claiming only $50,000 in assets while owing over $1 million, mostly from child support for all his kids. He even did a year in prison for tax evasion, and when he died, he still owed the IRS close to $700,000. It all traces back to a rough start. Growing up in an abusive household, DMX was on the streets by 14, where he got hooked on drugs. That battle with addiction stuck with him for life, leading to multiple stints in rehab. His final relapse led to the overdose that took him out. Some people aren't buying the official death story at all. There's a whole narrative swirling around about his passing being an industry sacrifice. One fan said, "I mean, if people will wake up and know that evil things are being done in this industry, it would make a difference. But people don't care about nothing but being entertained." DMX spoke numerous times about the industry, but people ignore. So it's no surprise somebody from the industry wanted him dead. It sounds wild, but when you dig into the details, the questions start piling up. Jaguar Wright, who's known for spilling industry secrets, has even hinted that she knows what really happened and has the receipts to prove it.
People have wanted to know if I had anything to say about DMX, and I didn't want to speak until more facts came, but some information came to me and I saw some things, official paperwork that stated what Earl Simmons.
Oh wow.
And it wasn't a drug.
Wow.
What I will say, and all I can say, is that he got the vaccine. He tested positive for virus, and it was stated that he had passed away from the effects of what happened to him.
She's out here saying there's more to X's death than meets the eye. And she's not the only one.
Well, I don't understand what is the purpose if someone actually allegedly died, or from a reaction to the why instantly throw addiction on it? Why would you go back to one of his demons and throw that on it and make that be the narrative, even though records allegedly are now saying very different? I don't know whether or not I should be scared, outraged, pissed off, or just what the like. Honestly, I don't know how to feel about this information.
People are pulling up old clips of DMX himself, where he straight up said if anything happened to him, we'd know who to blame. They're pointing out how he kept calling out the industry's dark side, saying that moneyed interests would try to silence him It's chilling when you think about it. Then there's another layer to all this. People are claiming DMX had the dirt on Jay-Z's personal life, including rumors of affairs with some big names in the industry like Clive Davis. Yeah, you read that right. If DMX really did have that kind of intel, then it's no wonder the powers that be might have wanted him out of the picture. The industry knows how to exploit a person's weaknesses, and X's past struggles were no secret. But that doesn't mean he wasn't clear-headed at times. In fact, there were moments when DMX was focused and in control. He wasn't just some troubled star spiraling out. He was a man who had seen the dark side of the game and wasn't afraid to speak on it. So what's the real story here? Did Jay-Z and Diddy really conspire to take out DMX, or is this all just wild speculation? Fans aren't letting this one go, and the rumors are louder than ever. The questions keep stacking up, and the answers aren't easy to find. But one thing's for sure, there's a lot more to this story than what's on the surface. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you think DMX was onto something, keep that conversation going. The truth has a way of coming out, and what's done in the dark doesn't stay hidden forever. That's all for now, besties. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest tea. Until next time, stay woke and keep sipping that gossip. Bye. That gossip. Bye. That gossip.